Some SUVs are built so tough you'll swear they were over-engineered just to spite the repair shops. I've spent years watching which rigs actually survive the miles here in the States, and these 8 standouts have earned their bulletproof rep the hard way. Hello everyone, this is Scott from CarlandTV. It's time to hop in the front seat because today, we're running down the SUVs that'll outlast just about anything you throw at them, the kind that keep rolling while your mechanic just keeps waiting on your call. But first, do me a quick favor. Tap that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. It ain't required, but those clicks keep this thing rolling and make it easier for me to keep dropping solid car content straight to your screen. Now let's get back into it. Toyota 4Runner. Let me kick this list off with the one SUV that's basically the poster child for long life in the US market, the Toyota 4Runner. I've seen these things run well past 200,000 miles and still feel solid, and the data backs that up. A massive IC car study looked at over 400 million cars and found the 4Runner has about a 27% chance of hitting 250,000 miles. That's more than 3 times the average SUV. You don't see numbers like that unless a vehicle's built right. The new 2026 model rides on Toyota's TNGA-F platform, which it shares with the Tacoma and the Land Cruiser. Translation: it's body on frame, tough as nails, and meant to handle abuse. Power comes from Toyota's 2.4-liter Turbo 4 with 278 horsepower, or you can go with the iForce Max hybrid setup that bumps it up to 326 horsepower. Even with all that tech, the towing capacity sits at a respectable 6,000 pounds. Maintenance costs aren't crazy either. RepairPal lists the average yearly cost at around $500, which is actually lower than most midsize SUVs. That's the kind of thing that keeps owners happy because you're not running back and forth to the shop. Consumer Reports even projects the 4Runner to be more reliable than the average new vehicle. And honestly, Toyota's track record with this model speaks for itself. Bottom line, the 4Runner is the definition of bulletproof. You buy one, keep up with oil changes, and odds are you'll get sick of it before it quits. Now, if you want that same durability with a little more polish, let's roll into its Lexus cousin, Lexus GX divided by LX series. So, if the 4Runner is the workhorse, the Lexus GX is the same animal dressed up for a night out but still wearing steel-toed boots. The brand new GX 550 is riding on Toyota's TNGA-F platform, which is the same frame setup used on the Land Cruiser and Tacoma. That means it's body on frame, built tough, and ready to take a beating. Under the hood, you've got a 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6 pushing 349 horsepower and a stout 479 pound-feet of torque through a 10-speed automatic. It's full-time 4-wheel drive, so you're not messing around with slip and grip crossovers here. Now here's what really sells the GX. Lexus has been sitting right at the top of J.D. Power's dependability rankings in 2025, beating out everybody else for the fewest problems per 100 vehicles. Consumer Reports is also projecting the GX to land above average in reliability, which honestly just matches what owners have been saying for years. These things last. In fact, IC Cars ran that massive study on vehicles reaching 250,000 miles, and the GX showed a 20% chance of hitting that mark. That's more than double the average SUV. And while you're cruising past that mileage, you're towing just about anything you want. Depending on the trim, you're looking at just over 9,000 pounds of towing capacity. That's big truck numbers in a mid-size luxury SUV. Plus, if you're into off-road weekends, the Overtrail trim even gets a factory lift and legit trail gear. So yeah, the GX gives you rugged Toyota bones with Lexus polish. Now, let's move over to the Land Cruiser, where heritage does most of the talking. Toyota Land Cruiser 300. The Land Cruiser is the one I point to when a customer says, "I want something that just won't quit." Toyota brought it back to the US with a tighter, 2-row setup and all the right hardware. It rides on Toyota's TNGA-F truck platform, the same family of bones under Tacoma and Tundra, so it feels stout the second you roll off the lot. Power is the iForce Max hybrid, a 2.4 turbo with electric assist that puts down 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet through an 8-speed and full-time 4-wheel drive. Towing checks in at 6,000 pounds, so the boat or small camper is a non-issue. This isn't a cosplay off-roader either. You get the real bits, like a locking center diff, available rear locker, crawl control, and multi-terrain select, right from the factory. Efficiency is better than folks expect for a body-on-frame SUV. EPA ratings land at 23 combined, 22 city, and 25 highway, and that lines up with what I've seen on the road when people keep their foot out of it. Day-to-day, it drives clean, visibility is solid, and the size makes parking way easier than the old V8 barge. If you want numbers before you buy, Those EPA figures are published and easy to verify. Long game matters, and Toyota's track record is the reason people hunt these down. Toyota sits near the top of dependability rankings, and its SUVs dominate the latest IC Cars longevity study. The current US Land Cruiser is new again, but the nameplate earned its reputation the old-fashioned way, with decades of high-mile duty around the world. If you want the same Toyota staying power in a quieter, family-first package, slide with me to the Highlander Hybrid next. Toyota Highlander. Now, if you're not looking for lockers and crawl control, and you just want an SUV that'll haul kids, groceries, and luggage without draining your wallet, the Highlander Hybrid is the move. Under the hood, you've got a 2.5-liter four-cylinder paired with electric motors, good for 243 horsepower. It's not a rocket ship, but that setup delivers around 35 mpg combined, which is killer for a three-row midsize SUV. You can get it in front-wheel drive or with Toyota's electronic on-demand all-wheel drive if you need extra grip in snow or rain. Now here's where it earns the bulletproof badge. IC Cars dug through millions of vehicles and found that the Highlander Hybrid has nearly a 26% chance of hitting 250,000 miles. That's almost triple the average SUV, which means these things are sticking around long after the monthly payment's gone. Regular Highlanders already had a reputation for running forever, but the hybrid's numbers make it one of the top long-lasting vehicles sold in the States. Towing is rated at 3,500 pounds for the hybrid. So yeah, you're not pulling a horse trailer, but jet skis or a small camper are fair game. The gas Highlander bumps that up to 5,000, but you sacrifice mileage. Annual repair costs run under $500 according to RepairPal, which is below the segment average, and Toyota's still near the top of J.D. Power's dependability rankings. This is the family SUV you buy when you want space, comfort, and efficiency, and you don't want to be on a first-name basis with your mechanic. Next, let's step into Lexus territory with the RX, where comfort gets priority without giving up Toyota's reliability backbone. Lexus RX. If you want Toyota reliability but don't want to give up comfort, the Lexus RX has been the go-to for years. This SUV is one of the best-selling luxury crossovers in America for a reason. Underneath, it's basically a Highlander in a suit, which means you're getting the same proven engineering but with nicer materials and a quieter cabin. Powertrain choices include a 2.5-liter hybrid that makes 246 horsepower, a turbo hybrid combo with 366 horses in the RX 500 hours, and even a plug-in hybrid, RX 450 hours, plus with around 37 miles of EV range. You're not short on options, and every one of them is tuned to run for the long haul. Reliability is where the RX shines. Lexus consistently ranks at or near the top of J.D. Power's dependability studies, and the RX has been one of the models pulling that weight. Repair costs average about $600 a year, which is low for the luxury class. Consumer Reports also scores the RX above average for reliability, thanks to a history of trouble-free engines and transmissions. Owners hang on to these things too. Resale values are strong, and it's not unusual to see RXs running well past 200,000 miles with nothing more than routine maintenance. It's that blend of comfort and toughness that makes it such a no-brainer. So if you want a luxury badge but you don't want the headaches that usually come with one, the RX delivers. From here, let's switch gears to Mazda, because the CX-5 has been quietly earning its spot as one of the most dependable compact SUVs you can buy. Mazda, CX-5 divided by CX-50. I'll be honest, a lot of folks overlook Mazda when they're shopping for a reliable SUV. But the CX-5 has been quietly building one of the best reputations in the compact segment. It doesn't sell in the crazy numbers of a CR-V or RAV4, but owners who buy them tend to hang on to them because they don't nickel and dime you with repairs. Mind you, the powertrains are straightforward. A 2.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder with 187 horsepower or a 2.5-liter turbo that bumps it to 256 horsepower on premium. Both are paired with a 6-speed automatic that's been around long enough to be proven solid. No fancy dual-clutch drama, no weird CVT issues, just a traditional setup that works. Consumer Reports has rated the CX-5 above average in predicted reliability year after year, and it often scores higher than some of its bigger-name rivals. RepairPal lists average yearly repair costs around $447, which is cheaper than most in the compact SUV class. That matters when you're tallying up costs over 10 years. On the road, the CX-5 feels more like a sporty hatchback than a tall crossover. Steering is sharp, handling is tight, and yet it still soaks up daily driving without beating you up. That balance is why it keeps earning high owner satisfaction marks. Resale value is decent, but the real win here is that you're not constantly budgeting for fixes. So if you want something that's fun to drive, affordable to own, and reliable long-term, the CX-5 hits that sweet spot. Now, if you want sheer sales volume and a bulletproof reputation, we've got to talk about the Honda CR-V next. Honda KR-V. If there's one SUV I see rolling into the lot over and over again with crazy mileage, it's the Honda CR-V. Damn near every family in America has either owned one or knows somebody who has. And that's not by accident. Honda nailed the formula. Simple engines, a roomy cabin, good gas mileage, and no constant trips to the shop. The latest CR-V runs a 1.5-liter turbo with 190 horsepower or a 2-liter hybrid with 204 horses. Both are tied to Honda's CVT. And while a lot of folks love to trash talk CVTs, Honda's design has proven to be way more durable than what you'll see in some Nissan or Subaru setups. Here's what makes the CR-V a bulletproof pick. IC-Car's Long Life study puts it in the top tier, with a 16.4% chance of making it to 250,000 miles. That's nearly double the average SUV, and I can vouch for it. I've seen them with 300 kelvins, still running strong on the original engine and trans. RepairPal lists yearly repair costs around $407, which is low compared to the segment. You keep up with oil changes and timing belt intervals, and this thing will just keep going. Inside, it's comfortable, practical, and nothing fancy, but that's exactly why people trust it. You buy a CR-V when you want peace of mind, plain and simple. And when you go to sell it, resale is strong because everybody knows the reputation. So yeah, the CR-V isn't flashy, but if you want an SUV that flat out works for the long haul, this is it. Next, let's wrap with Subaru, because the Forester's carved out its own loyal following for all-weather toughness. Subaru Forester. I'm telling you right now, the Subaru Forester is one of those rigs that just refuses to die. I've had customers roll in with Foresters pushing 250,000 miles, still starting up every morning like it's no big deal. Damn, these things have a reputation for sticking around, especially in parts of the country where winter beats up on cars year after year. Full-time symmetrical all-wheel drive is standard, and that's a huge part of the appeal. Snow, rain, muddy trails, this thing just digs in and keeps moving. Power comes from Subaru's 2.5-liter flat 4, around 182 horsepower. Nothing wild, but plenty to get you where you need to go. The CVT has been refined over the years, and while early ones got some side-eye, the newer setups are holding up a lot better. Consumer Reports consistently puts the Forester near the top for reliability in the compact class, and owners back that up with real-world stories. Repair costs are another win. You're looking at about $632 a year on average, which is right around the segment norm. But here's the kicker. You usually don't see catastrophic failures. It's more like basic wear items, fluids, brakes, tires, stuff you'd expect anyway. And resale is strong because the market knows Foresters have a cult following. So yeah, it's not fast, it's not flashy, but if you need an SUV that'll handle 4 seasons, rack up miles, and not drain your savings, the Forester earns its cockroach nickname. And with that, you've got 8 SUVs built to outlast just about anything, including your mechanic.